Hey, so we're just experimenting with a chord of C major today. We put together this little video to show you all the ways you can play C major and some of the things you can do with C major. So let's just dive right in. You want to talk us through the different shapes?
Yeah, so we'll be using the cage system. C, shape of A, shape of D, shape of E, and shape of D.
So for example, a D chord becomes the D shape as it moves up. The A chord becomes the A shape as it moves up. So we can play C using the shapes in that order, which spell out the word C, A, G, E, D.
Yeah, so let's practice that in order. That's the first thing you want to be able to master.
Yeah, should we pop a rhythm? So we'll do 4 beats per chord. 3, 4. We've got C with a C shape, A shape, G shape, E shape, and a D shape. Yes, you'll notice those shapes are pretty cumbersome to take up, especially the G shape and the D shape, right? So you'll notice Ariel can't help himself, and he does the practical method. I was doing the more academic method where we're literally thinking of the shapes and moving them up. But practically we don't do that, right?
Yeah, so I don't really ever play this. I always play it like that. And up here, sometimes I do this, but that's too full. I like this, that, and
yeah, because then your pinky's free, right? And you can do all these funky little maneuvers with the pinky.
yeah. So
great. So let's go through those shapes, the practical shapes that we can really move around. So think of it as these chords moving up, but they're traveling light. We're just taking essential baggage.
let's do the partial chords.
The partial chords.
Cool.
I'm just going to stay on C the whole time. You can hear how they really are the same chord. They're the same notes, just in different voicings. C.
Shape of A, like that. Shape of G, not like this, but like just these. And shape of E. And shape of D.
Cool. So you want to play along? Let's put a rhythm to it and people can play along. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Shape of C. Shape of A. Shape of G. Shape of E. And shape
Just
of...
do one more here. Here's the shape of C again.
Wow. So that's
See, it's partial. I'm not doing the bar, just this, or even just that.
Yes, that's 12 frets up. So exactly 12 notes up, you get back to the same note because we have 12 chromatic notes. Cool, awesome. Anything else? How do we add those funky little extras? You want to talk us through some of the suspensions?
Yeah. So you can add some suspensions to make it really cool and groovy. 4th suspension and the 9th suspension. The 4th being the F, the 9th being the D. So let's just practice the chords adding the 4th.
Perfect.
This is the shape of 4th, C with C4.
C shape, C chord, C shape, 4th suspension. C chord, A shape, 4th suspension. C chord, G shape, partial, 4th suspension. C chord, E shape, 4th suspension. And C chord, D shape for the 4th suspension.
Let me just play them in a row.
Great. And once you got the suspension, you don't just need to hold that suspension. Sometimes we do, in some songs they do, but you can take it on and off and create little melodies. You can create these little melodies between the 4th and the 3rd of the chord. Cool. So what we could do is maybe just chord, 4th, and then chord, 4th. Great. We'll count in 2, 3, 4. So we got the chord and the 4th. Cool. So that just takes you through all the possible C and C chords with the 4th suspension. And then we also got the 9th, you were saying.
The 9th, yeah. So here, let's do in order. C, shape of C with the 9th. Yes. shape of.
Well, it's pretty crazy, hard to do on the acoustic guitar, but on the electric you have these cutaways, you can go really high.
So in order.
So what should we just, let's just hold the ninth. So
Nice.
it's quite a beautiful chord, so now we won't be changing between the ninth, we'll just hold the ninth chord and kind of strum along for 4 beats. 2, 3, 4, and... Cool. Well, we hope you enjoyed. We're going to look at a lot of different chords, so we thought just for today we'll go really deep into one chord. So every chord today has been C major, and as you can see, there are lots of different shapes we can use. And part of the reason we did this is we don't want you getting confused between chord shapes and chords. So any chord shape can be used to play any chord. Today we just played one chord, but we used all 5 shapes.
Yeah. So as a practice suggestion, practice them all straight first with their normal shape. Say. Then as their partial, and then with the suspension, and then the ninth, and then you can groove with them.
Very cool. We look forward to seeing you
See you
soon.
next time.
Take care.